Hey guys, so I want to make a little quick tip video. I haven't made a quick tip video in probably a year or two. I made other videos on two-cycle gas, like how to mix it and stuff. But a couple things popped in my head and I thought I'd make a quick little video. And timed out to have a little dab of gas left. So this is a 1 gallon can. So if you're using like a bottle of oil like this, you want to make sure you get one that mixes like a gallon. This is a Steel brand. Just recommend a good quality oil. Don't necessarily have to be Steel. You see I got a big jug back here, and this is what I've been using for several years. I've just been refilling my little premix jug here. And I usually mix it till it's full, which is a 32-to-1 ratio. This mixes it to a 50-to-1. So that's a very important detail you got to pay attention to with your equipment. So just make sure it matches your equipment, the ratio that it calls for, and the gallon that you're mixing. The amount of gas, make sure it's the same as your can, just to avoid confusion. Most people are doing residential, just going to have a gallon can like this. At work, I usually mix a 2.5 gallon can because we weed eat and stuff so much. But alright, so a couple of things I wanted to mention is the actual tips in the video. I like to mark my 2-cycle cans. You see the whole top of this can has been marked blue. Also, you may want to mark the gas cap on your weed eater or chainsaw, whatever you're using, in the same color. That way, especially if somebody else is going to be using it, they may not understand what 2-cycle gas even is. They can easily tell that there's supposed to be something different in it, and if your cans are color coded, that'll eliminate that. So I just like to use blue. It just seems to be the standard. Most 2-cycle oils are bluish color anyway, so the gas kind of turns a bluish greenish color anyway. I made a list here. I'm kind of jumping over it a little bit. Like I said, good brand of oil. Make sure you mix it right for your ratio to how much gas you're mixing. And a little thing I like to do that's often overlooked. Go ahead and open this up. This is my favorite type of gas can lid. A lot of people hated these when these came out. I think it's the best design ever made myself, except for your old metal cans. My tripod actually broke, so I got a camera just barely sitting on it, so I gotta be careful. So the first thing you want to do is mix in your actual oil. A lot of people will fill it up with gas first, and then put the oil in. I think it's best to put the oil in first. I also recommend filling up at a pump, like at an actual gas station. That way you can watch how much is going in it. Now I'm actually going to mix just a little bit more oil in it than this because I like a little bit extra in it myself. So this step you don't necessarily have to do unless you're doing a different ratio like I am. So I'm going to go ahead and do this part off camera real quick. You always have a little bit of a residual amount of oil in the can. And I'm the type of person that hates to see it get wasted. Plus, it adds a little bit extra oil to your gas if you get all this out. So if you're filling it up out of a can, I would just pour about 1/4 to 1/3 of gas in there, put the lid back on it and shake it up. But it's also a good time to use a fuel additive or something. I like to use Marble Mystery Oil in the 2-cycle gas. And it adds a little bit more oil to the mix and acts like a carburetor cleaner and kind of like a preventative maintenance thing in my opinion. And again, you want to follow the instructions on it and how much to mix per gallon. This says half ounce to gallon for 4-cycle or 2-cycle, and I'd rather have just a little bit more oil in the 2-cycle mix than not enough. Because with too much oil in it, your biggest problem is going to be just a little bit of smoke. Whereas if you don't have enough oil in it, you're going to have a chance of causing damage to your internal engine parts, like scoring a cylinder or something. So I like to mix it up to clean the bottle out and gives you an idea how much you're putting in it. So now you'll see like that, and you got all the extra oil that you would normally be throwing away in there. So I always think that's a good idea to do. Now today we're going to be filling it up out of a gas can, and I'm not at a gas station obviously, but you want to use good fresh gas. Fresher the better for 2-cycle gas, because it may be sitting around a little bit longer than your regular gas would be. You don't want to mix it out of like potentially stale gas. And another thing, if you're filling it up like this, you may actually go over a gallon because Most cans aren't marked exactly where the gallon mark is on it. So if you got a little bit of extra oil in there, that'll help compensate for that as well. But where I usually, always got to spill it, you know. I usually try to fill it up to right here on this line. I'm pretty sure that's where they always stop at on these. So you want to put your lid back on it. If you're filling up at an actual gas station, the pressure from the pump will help circulate it and mix it up better. But even then, I still like to always shake it up. Shake it up real good. And you're pretty much good to go. And like I said, I would rather have it just a little bit on the richer side, meaning more oil in it than what's necessary. The only potential problem with too much oil in it, it will cause more carbon buildup over time. And like I said, more smoke, so you maybe have to clean your spark arrestor more often, or pallets, or spark plug a little bit more often. But your main part of your engine's going to hold up longer. So I'd rather see just a little bit of smoke when you throttle up. You almost always see a little bit of smoke when you start one. But that's just a few little tips I wanted to give you. The main thing was mixing in the fuel additive. Also, another little trick, if you don't have something like the Marvel Mystery Oil, you know, fill up your 2-cycle oil about halfway with like diesel fuel and shake it around like that and put that in there. The diesel fuel will help add just a little bit to it too. It's not going to really help clean anything, but it'll add just a little bit more oil to the mix. And if you start putting too much of an additive in there, it will make it start smoking as well. Sometimes this Marvel Mystery Oil, you can smell the sweet, almost minty smell in the exhaust from it if you get a little too much in it. But like I said, it's also helping clean your fuel system out too, so it's not going to hurt anything. Also, something to use is you get a cans of B12 Chem Tool carburetor cleaner or fuel injector cleaner. You can also fill this up about halfway and use that to clean it out as well. Or even seafoam, something like that will work just as well too. A lot of options out there. Any type of fuel additive, even though it's not necessary, you could use an octane booster if you wanted to. But you're not really going to benefit that much from a small engine with an octane booster, especially a 2-cycle. But it is an option if you had it on hand. Or if you suspect water in your gas, it'd be a good time to use some heat. A lot of options, like I said. I like Marvel Mystery Oil. Just adds a little extra oil to the mix. I think it's a good thing. So, also want to make a quick little note. You can also get synthetic 2-cycle oil, and I've switched back and forth and never had any problems. But I prefer just to use the regular type. I just feel like the synthetic is not really necessary. But if you're a huge synthetic fan, then go for it. It probably will make your equipment last longer, just being a better oil. But it's up to you. This is good stuff here. You cannot beat this stuff. But Husqvarna also makes a good 2-cycle oil. And like you see, I've had this old Haviland forever. I got several gallons of this. So that's my main oil. I just got this to show on camera, and just most people are going to be mixing out of this. Well guys, on this video is a little bit longer than a quick tip should be. So we're going to go ahead and end it. And if you got any questions, comments, or suggestions for a certain brand of 2-cycle oil or additive you like to use, feel free to let me know. I'm always up to try something. Maybe I'll make another video on it based on your suggestion. So, alright guys, I know this ain't much of a video compared to rebuilding engines like I used to all the time. But I'm just kind of in between projects right now. And get ready to cut the grass. I need to mix some 2-cycle oil, so I figured why not make a quick little video on it. This is Thursday. Get ready. This video will go up in a couple days on Saturday. So, hope everybody understands. We'll get back on some big projects here soon. I just recently got a small Toro 0-turn mower. It keeps breaking deck belts. I'm suspecting a bad pulley or bearing or something, so we're going to figure that out and get it going, and a couple things it needs. So that'll be at least a video or two from that. So we'll hopefully get started on that here real soon. So also we want to build a belt drive generator for kind of being like a dyno testing small engines, just to kind of load test them. That may be more of a winter project, not sure yet, but we'll see. A lot of things to do and very little time to do it. So Alright guys, thanks for watching. Like I said, this video is longer than I was planning on. I'm just trying to help you all out, but follow your manufacturer's recommendations on your equipment and the oil you're using. Very important. You don't want too much oil or not enough oil in it. So, alright guys, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next video.